I'm a senior this year at UAF. I've been with UAF for about 6 years, and I live in North Pole, sometimes in the winter and spring break. We have a duplex there that we have a rental in. And then the rest of my time, I live out here on the Teclanica River near Nenana. It's about 17 miles upriver from the Nenana River. And we have been out here about 6 years. We have all the benefits of home here. We have electricity, we have a well and running water, shower, internet, faster speed internet here than we do in town, actually. And it's a beautiful setting here on the river. My husband is a hunter and he's retired. And at this point in time, I am a full-time student and also at retirement age, although I will continue working. I'm taking this class because it's a core class, but also because I have a great interest in the topography and the geography of Alaska. I was actually alive during the 1964 earthquake that happened here in Alaska, and our family lived on a little stretch called the Eel River below Eureka, California. When the tsunami from that earthquake hit Northern California and Oregon, the water was so high that it came up through the river, and our house went down in the flood that resulted from that. And we had to be evacuated out of that area. So that was at least interesting. We lost everything in the house, all our photos, but we did get out, all of us alive, except for the cat. So the place I call home now is here in Alaska. I love being here. I love being outside and in nature. I'm a very outdoorsy girl. I enjoy even snow machining in the winter at 40 below. It's just that I love being out and about in this. And our cabin is really relaxing and comfortable here. And like I said, I'm a senior at UAF. I was originally from Eureka in Northern California and grew up in that area around there, which has a lot of beautiful scenery. And I do get back to visit. I own a house down there. But basically, I've been here in Alaska for about 16 years. I love it here, and this is what I call home now. This is where I stay. I very rarely actually travel to the lower 48. It's changed quite a bit since I grew up there in the 60s. My professional background, I've worked in electronics for a lot of years. I also did some computer programming classes with Hill College back in the 80s. So I've done quite a few different things in my life. My last job in California, I spent 12 years at a retreat center. I was the manager, basically the top of the chain in the business, and supervised all of the people that worked under me, learned how to clean poles, how to lay drip line, how to oil wood. The place was a 200-year-old retreat set or resort that had been in Lake County, and it was turned into a retreat center in about 1990. And I worked there for 12 years. I was actually at Saratoga when I came up here to have a vacation and explore the area. And once I arrived, I realized that it just felt really like home to me. I love it here. Like I said, I'm taking the class because it's a core class, but I'm also taking it because I find it really interesting. And I've always wondered, having grown up on the San Andreas fault line, what exactly does cause earthquakes? And I still haven't figured out what earthquake weather is. I actually should look that up when I'm done here. But it's always been an interesting subject to me, and how something that happens on one side of the ocean can impact a country on the opposite side of the ocean and do damage and destroy lives and villages. It's really amazing to me the amount of power and speed that tsunamis travel at, and it's amazing how high they are when they hit the shore. I really liked the movie they did on the one in Thailand. It was a really good movie, and it kind of gave you an idea of what people felt on the ground there when the wave hit. In 5 years, I see myself working doing counseling online. I have an interest in working with teenagers, not necessarily young children or women who have dealt with violence in their life. I have come from a background where I have dealt with things like that. I'm really good with people in the teenage group. I also am an easy person to talk to, and I found my whole life that people will open up to me and tell me things that they've never really told anybody. And I enjoy being able to help and guide people find their strengths, find their way of collecting what's left of their lives and going on to live a happy, fulfilled life. I do see myself doing that in the online capacity. I may have an office in town so that I can do face-to-face meetings, but I will be working remotely for the most part. I am, 60 years old this year, and I'm at an age where I am thinking of being partly retired.